So the boy Daniel Jones just got paid from the New York Giants. Daniel Jones is a 4-year, $160 million quarterback with 82 guaranteed and $35 million in incentives. So that contract can actually go up to 195 throughout the 4 years. Let's talk about it. Daniel Jones, the most controversial quarterback that we've had in a very long time. Either you love him, you hate him, and there's a lot of people in the middle. But at the end of the day, the organization felt that this was the right thing to do. And quite frankly, they're right. This is the right thing to do. He was a lame duck quarterback going into last season, and he just flat out proved himself. Now, for all the DJ haters out there, I have never seen a player be this hated for absolutely nothing that he has done. But for all the DJ haters out there, just shut up. He's our quarterback for at least the next 2 years. So just shut up, sit there and watch the game, and just root for the team. Because I'm seeing a whole bunch of hate on this man. Oh, he's not worth the money. He's not this. He's not that. Listen, you listen to the talking heads on ESPN, they're always going to devalue this player because they didn't like him straight from the jump. Every single time they say any type of statistic or anything, they always just say, oh, he's only thrown 15 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, but he's only threw 15 touchdowns. They never account for the 700 yards rushing and the 7 touchdowns. They never equate everything like that because when they put everything together, he accounted for almost 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, and only 7 turnovers throughout the season. Those numbers look way better than 15 and just 15 passing touchdowns. So they're always going to try to say something to make this quarterback and make Daniel Jones be less valuable than what he is. You've seen what he is when you see him on the field. A lot of the talking heads, they only have a general basis of what this team is going through. They don't have the full view. They don't sit there and watch every single game. We literally just listened to Mike Greeny say with the Jacksonville game, this was like the first time that he's literally sat down and watched a Giants game. So they don't look at the entire game. They'll look at some film, but they're not in tune with what the Giants are doing. They're not in tune with exactly what this situation is. You see Daniel Jones out there on the field. You've seen what he brought to the table. You've seen that he was converting third downs. You've seen that he was making crucial plays. You were seeing that he was picking up the first downs. He was making the right plays all throughout the season. You've seen that he was playing within the offense and doing everything that Dable and Kafka was asking him to do. You've seen that he had a very high QBR rating. You've seen that he had a very low interception rating. Everything doesn't come all at once. It has to be worked on. Brian Dable played a very big role in that, but he was a lame duck quarterback. If you believe in Joe Schoen and you believe in Brian Dable, you have to believe in Daniel Jones because at the end of this season, this is how the conversation went. Joe Schoen went directly to Dable and asked him, what do you think of this guy? Do you believe that we can go far with him at quarterback? If Dable had any type of doubt in his heart, he would have said, you know what, I think he's a little bit too limited. I mean, we got lucky this season and, he played good. He's a try-hard, but we're going to need to do something else. They wouldn't have been negotiating with him. They would have just let him walk out the door because they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. So, Dable believes in him. Shane believes in him. We already know Mara believes in him. The Giants organization believes in him. The ones that you need to be listening to is the YouTubers who are directly looking at the game, like me and some others. Guys who are calling the games, like Bob Papa and Carl Banks. What are they saying about Daniel Jones? Not what Dan Orlowski, not what all these other talking heads are up here talking about, because they're going to devalue him at every moment. And let me clear you in on something. Yes, 4-year, 160. That averages out to $40 million a year. It does. For this upcoming season, he is a $20 million cap hit. So that means he's only going to be $20 million off of the entire salary cap for next season, which is $224. That means he's less than 10% of our cap hit. So for everyone who wanted to franchise tag him, to see him, to prove it again, this is another prove it year, and it's on a lower base. If you're so worried about the salary cap, then they brought back Saquon Barkley on the franchise tag, so that's $10 million. So literally, what you would have been paying Daniel Jones for your franchise tag, which was $32 million, you got Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley back for $30 million. That's a deal. That's a deal. Now, if he messes up next season, and you go into, if he messes up next season, then we're going to be bad. They'll draft a quarterback, and they'll go from there. Don't feel bad about it, because organizations have gone through having a quarterback on a big-time contract and yet being able to draft their own quarterback. Perfect examples of this is Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts, Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson, Andy Dalton and Joe Burrow, Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert. All those quarterbacks that I named first was on a big-time contract, and yet the organization went and drafted another quarterback, and everything went well. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. But he's our guy for next season. Only on a $20 million cap hit. That's what we was looking for. They're going to put some weapons around him. He's going to be the first time back into a second year of an offense that he can really grasp and get his hands under. How he looked at the last month of the season is how we're going to see him come out into this season. And now he has that time to prove that he is a $40 million quarterback. But I'll tell you this. In about 6 months, not even going to be a year, within 6 months, you're going to be looking at this contract and you're going to be like, this is a damn steal for Daniel Jones, because the way that he's playing and accounted on all the other guys and the contracts that they're going to be getting, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, who is coming up, not so sure about Lamar Jackson. When those guys get their contracts, and they're going to exceed crazy amounts, you're going to be like, oh, damn, that was a pretty good deal. And then when we go into next season and that Amazon deal comes up in next year's free agency, and you're going to see the numbers boom out of the damn world for these quarterbacks, you're going to be looking back and saying that that's a damn good deal for Daniel Jones. But Daniel Jones, 4-year, $160 million, 82 guaranteed, 35 in incentive. That man can almost be a $200 million quarterback if he puts everything together for the next 4 years. I know you hate him, but too bad. He's here. DJ is here. Get to liking it. Get to loving it. Or don't even be a Giants fan for real. Till next time.